Okay, now let me test my chat box. There we go. That should be enough. Pop up anytime. Alright. Alright. I need to get this into go. Alright, there we go. There it is. I have fixed it. Chat is fixed. Note to self, I need to make a stream starting soon thing. Alright. Let me check that. And I'm the only one in there. Okay, fine. That's fine. I don't mind. I'm getting my own view time. Fine. Okay, let me check everything. Health. It's fine. That's fine. Everything is fine. Excuse me. And I'll fix other things later. Okay. I'm just gonna wait a little bit to see if anyone else comes on. Feel free to pop in, say hello. Making sure everything works. So I'll get back to Stremels. There. Alright. I gotta say, having two monitors is friggin' amazing. Friggin' amazing. Hello, test. Do I need a little bit more gain? Might need a little bit more gain. Not too much. You get some royalty-free creep music, huh? Okay. That's fine. We'll deal with it. There's not too much else I can do. Selfie warning. Suggestion. Audio stream bitrate is lower than recommended bitrate. Recommend stream bitrate at 100%. I'll just deal with it. Okay? Whatever. We'll continue. So this is a test to see how recording and streaming, in order to get a little bit more watch time, help hit some of those algorithms will do. So I've got, I've got Audacity here. Got Audacity, and hopefully this will work well. So I want to make sure that it's still recording on both ends. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Oh shit. That is 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, oh god. That's awful. Alright, let me back off to about 80. 1, 2. When he fell off the steps, that was the point at which he had died. When he fell off the steps, that was the point at which he had died. Finding no remorse where he had been going. I need to take that down just a tad. Let's get it to 90. Good enough. Oh. It was then, when he fell off the steps, that he realized he was going to die. Having fallen with no remorse, no loved ones in which he could confide into. While his last breath fell upon his wake, he realized he would never come back. That's alright, that's alright. I think that's good. Alright, so cut that. But I'm terrible at making up stories, so I'm going to continue to do other stuff. So we have our list of 8,830 items right here. So if you think I'm going to run out of content, listen, I've got 8,830 videos I could possibly do. I don't know if any of them are repeats. I don't think they are. I've had to redo a handful. But this is in my library. This is what I've copied and pasted. And there are a ton. Right now, these are in solid alphanumeric order. And, yeah, it's nice. Hey, Jorgogo, how you doing? Neat. Alright. Now here's Audacity. Audacity's recording good. And here's the creepypasta I'm going to be doing first. The Atheist on the Mission Trip. I just found this. I didn't know this was here. There's a lot of them I probably don't even remember. And I thought this would be neat. This is 6 pages long. And seems to be in a autobiography. That he's talking about himself. Okay. Which is really neat. Sunday, Monday. Alright. Without further ado, I've got my... Don't you fall. I've got my tea. And it looks delicious. Hot tea. Getting my recording voice ready. Alright. There we go. Back on the mat. Alright, and silence. The Atheist on the Mission Trip. I don't believe in God. Not agnostic either. I'm a straight-up atheist. My parents, on the other half, are strong Methodist Christians. We go to a small church in northern India, and I, unwillingly, belong to the youth group. I don't have a problem with any of the kids there, and most of them know my religious beliefs. This spring break, there was a mission trip in Detroit. Normally I would try and make it These are going at the end of the video, by the way. Normally I would try to make an excuse about why I can't go. But we were told we would be able to go to the Detroit Tigers game. Okay. But we were told we would be able to go to the Detroit Tigers game if we want. After some internet research, I found out that Justin would also be taking a mound of... After some internet research, I found out that Justin would also be taking the mound for the Tigers. How could I resist? Seeing one of the top pitchers in the MLB, one of the top teams play, it would be worth working at a few soup kitchens, right? So I decided to go. After the agonizing 6-hour drive, we arrived at a large, magnificent church by the name of Metropolitan United Methodist Church. It was beautiful. We stayed on the 3rd floor while there. After the second floor, though, it seemed the church went to hell. On the 3rd floor, it looks like it used... Fuck. Getting dizzy. On the 3rd floor, it looked like it used to have classrooms for Sunday school, but they were trashed. Paint ripped off the walls, chalkboards with scratches marked. Paint ripped off the walls, chalkboard with scratch marks on it. All the men stayed in a room that was especially screwed up. I can vividly remember one marking on a chalkboard in blue chalk. It looked like to be drawn by a young person or an insane person, someone who couldn't keep still. And it read, "He is not real." Which was strangely horrifying. Sunday. On the other side of our room, there was a room we would come to know as the relaxation room. There were plenty of couches, chairs, and various games and activities to play, but no one wanted to stay in that room for one reason: the dolls. On one wall stood a long glass case with dolls. I couldn't count them because of how terrifying they seemed. All to just stare at you with their glass eyes. I hated when we had to be in that room, as did everyone else. And then there was the 4th floor. We weren't allowed up there for unknown reasons. Down the basement was a large area to eat in a full-size basketball court. This got me excited because I love playing basketball and vowed to spend all my extra time down the court perfecting my game. I was well prepared to spend the rest of the week here. Monday. On the first day after some hard-working tearing down abandoned house. Okay. On the first day after some hard work tearing down the abandoned house, we returned the Fuck. Okay. On the first day after some hard work tearing down an abandoned house, we returned to the church. One of the workers at the church gave us a tour of the place. The more we explored, the more beautiful it seemed. Hand-carved wooden pots, beautiful paintings of saints and Jesus himself. Something I noticed on the floor under the bench in the hallway was the first floor by the sanctuary. Let me redo that. Something I noticed on the floor under a bench in the hallway of the first floor by the sanctuary. I moved the bench and saw painted into the stone floor. Non est velum. Wondering what it meant, I took a picture of it with my phone. Then I noticed another directly on the ceiling above me. Il n'est pas vrai. Again, I took a picture. As I looked closer, I saw another. Above the bench, opposite wall of that blah blah. Ah, damn. All this fucking cryptic messaging. Jesus. Okay. Jesus. As I looked closer, I saw another above the bench on the bench opposite wall of that. Oh, God damn, what is this? Grammar. As I looked closer, I saw another above a bench opposite wall of that read, Haj is nedekt. Then I saw more. They were randomly scattered throughout the hallway. I found other phrases like, it's not reals, it's non ivero igazi, and on nijestivoran. I wonder if I got it. Oh man, I don't know how that's gonna. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Oh, did I just skip? Oh fuck! I skipped a whole line. Damn it. I found other phrases like, it's nicht not realits. It's nicht realits. Non ivero. Vens na rele. On ne just proud okay. On ne just proud duzue. On ne just proud duzue. I'm going with that, fuck it. On ne severin. Haner ikeriel. On nemigazi. And on Nejestevren. 11. 11 phrases I had all pictures of, but why 11? I decided to head upstairs to the room and pull out my computer. I stole some Wi-Fi off some unsuspecting person and tried to find some. I stole some Wi-Fi off some unsuspecting person and tried to find. Why do I keep saying situations? Jesus. I stole some Wi-Fi off some unsuspecting person and tried to find translations. I spent the rest of the day trying to find out about it, what they said. I put in the most familiar-looking phrase, "Nam est velum." I thought it was familiar, detected the language. It was Latin. It read the phrase, "He is not real." I turned around and stared at the chalkboard. My heart started to race as I reread the blue chalk. He is not real. I continued the rest of the phrases. Polish, French, Italian, German, Croatian, Italian. Wait, is Italian on there twice? It's on there twice. Why is it on there twice? Okay. I continued with the rest of the phrases. Polish, French, German, Croatian, Italian, Hungarian, Dutch, Danish, and even Latvian. They all read, "He is not real." I quickly shut my computer and fell asleep, not wanting to think about the weird series of events. I seriously apologize for any of the incredibly mispronounced pronunciations of any of this, because I'm certain I did terrible. Tuesday. After work today, I went down with my dad and my friend down to the basketball court and practiced a bit. We played until dinner at 6 p.m. and then went upstairs to the bedrooms. I went to the relaxation room to see if there was a book I could read or something since I was bored. I looked at the bookshelf and I heard 20-30 voices all in a quiet whisper saying, 12. 12. Find the connection with 12. I I nearly jumped out of my pants and ran out of the room. I grabbed my basketball and went down to the court to get my mind off the creepy things happening. I remember I was practicing free throws and I bricked one, so I ran to half court where it rolled to and felt a presence. My eyes widened, my hair stood on end, my heart raced, and I looked at the corner to see a dark figure in the corner of the court. He pointed up and I looked. It read in big letters. It read in big red letters, "He is not real," on the ceiling. I left my basketball and ran upstairs and told my friend. He went downstairs and my ball came back up and said, no, I'm not going to do it like that. He went downstairs and got my ball and came back up and said, "Brent, stop acting crazy. I went downstairs and I didn't see shit on the ceiling or the corner." Nomo? Is his name Nomo? Is that a typo? Nomo, fuck, I swear I saw that. Alright. I think it's supposed to no. Okay. No, fuck that. I swear I saw that. I tried defending myself. Dude, I know you're an atheist, but that doesn't mean you see shit written in blood that helps to Dude, I know you're an atheist, but it's not that, it's it. Dude, I know you're an atheist, but it doesn't mean you see shit written in blood that helps disprove God. Wednesday. While we were working that day on the community garden, I heard my father and the preacher talking about the apostles of Jesus, Peter, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Thomas, Matthew, James, son of a... Damn. I know how to separate. While we were working that day on a community garden, I heard my father and the preacher talking about the apostles of Jesus. Bless you. Peter, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Thomas, Matthew, James, son of Alphaeus, Thaddeus, Simon, Judas, 12. Okay. Peter, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew. Damn it. I can fucking do this. Okay. Peter, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Thomas, Matthew, James of Alphaeus. Damn it. Peter, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Thomas, Peter, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Thomas, Matthew, James of Alphaeus. Damn it, I blame Alf. Fuck. Peter, Andrew, James. I need a different tone. Peter, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Thomas, Matthew, James of Alphaeus, Thaddeus, Simon, and Judas, 12. Finally it hit me. The connection with the languages. As soon as we got home, I went upstairs and saw my bed and bag full of snacks. My phone and the laptop were gone. No. As soon as we got home, I went upstairs and saw my bed, bag. As soon as we got home, I went upstairs and saw my bed and bag full of snacks. My phone and laptop were gone. I searched everywhere. Under other people's beds, everywhere. I finally was flustered and went into the relaxation room and yelled, God damn it. God damn it, where's my stuff? Then I heard the voices again. They took it because they know that you know. No, that's not right. It's whispers, right? They took it because they know that you know. Let me check the... Yeah. I slowly turned around to see all the dolls staring at me. Their glass faces and eyes pierced through me. But I needed my phone for the proof to show others this place was strange, and maybe even the church knew that Christianity was bullshit.
Where did they take it? I stammered. They took to the roof and dropped it off top. No one must know what you know now. What's so bad about the photos I took? Imagine a secret that could bring down nations. A secret that could change billions of lives. A secret that would change the faith of the biggest religion in the world. You now know that secret. And they want your life for you knowing this secret. Whose side are you on? We are on the side of truth. We wanted to warn you. Watch out, they are coming for you, and your family and friends. I stayed silent and I felt scared. I felt scared for my dad. I felt scared for my friends. I felt scared for their parents here on the trip, so I asked, is there any way I can spare them of my finding? Okay, what does that word need to be? Is there any way I can spare them of my findings? Is there any way I can spare them of my findings? No, they all said solemnly. Paranoid, I went down to the kitchen and threw all the food away. I couldn't let the others suffer for my curiosity unlocked. I got rid of it all. When the church leaders went to make us dinner that night, they noticed we didn't have any food, so we just ordered pizza. I didn't sleep at all that night. I just sat clutching my pillow and the chair leg I had broken off, waiting for them. Thursday. After the work on Thursday, we came back. I was tired, having no sleep. I was tired, having had no sleeps in the last night. I was tired, having had no sleep the last night, and I sat in the room talking with the dolls, asking them if there was anything I would do. Anything to save everyone. I got no answer and fell asleep. When I woke up, it was dinner time. I was hungry and almost forgot about them trying to kill me and my friends. I sat looking at my plate. The meal was fetching Alfredo. I'm sorry. God damn it. Oh, so some of these stories. Okay. The meal was fettuccine Alfredo, my favorite. My stomach was churning and my friends asked why. I was just staring at it. Eventually I just did it. I took a bite. And soon I ate the whole thing. My stomach was queasy and upset, but all was settled after I took a shit. Oh, I didn't expect that. I have to edit this later. Oh. Oh, damn it. Oh, no. Okay. I fell asleep thinking I was just imagining all these things. The phrase, the dolls, everything was just a figment of my imagination. Oh, God damn it. I didn't read this beforehand at all. Oh, this is just as new to me as it is to you. Okay. Friday. It was the last day. One more night, then all my suspicions would be put to rest, and I would be home on Saturday. I went through the whole day not thinking about anything related to the phrase, nothing paranormal. Everything was fine. Until 2 p.m. We were all working at the soup kitchen when my dad and I had a conversation.
Hey, Brent, how are you doing?
It's alright.
I just wanted to tell you that I'm proud of you. Despite your personal beliefs, you're still helping others. And that's better than most Christians that exist. Oh, Jesus. Text wall.
A smile slowly etched into my face, and I felt proud. I felt proud that I had made my dad proud. I felt proud that I had out-Christianed the snobby... Okay. I felt proud that I had out-Christianed the snobby Christians. I was proud to live. Then it all went to hell. My dad suddenly fell to the ground and stared into vomit all over the... no. My dad
Damn it.
My dad suddenly fell to the ground and started to vomit all over the floor while lying on the floor. Quickly, the preacher called 911. Her voice was Quickly, the preacher called 911. Her voice, she sounded terrified, and everyone began to come around him. She? Her? What? Oh, okay. That's the father. That's talking about the father. Okay. Where am I? Okay. Quickly, the preacher called 911. Her voice, she sounded so terrified, and everyone had begun to come around him. He was convulsing and squirming on the ground, vomit flying out of his mouth, and he started screaming a phrase. And he started to scream a phrase I was so afraid of, the phrase I was horrified to even come in contact with again. He is not real. He repeated it 12 times. Then he stopped. The EMTs arrived just in time, though, and took him away. Everyone wondered if... Everyone wondered what in the hell he had meant, Everyone wondered what the hell he meant, but I knew. I knew what had happened and why, and I failed to keep him safe. We decided to skip the Tigers game and stay at the church. I hated it here. My head felt like it was going to getting pried up, okay. My head felt like it was getting pried up. I hated my life and I wanted to die. I was hopeless. I had a...
Damn it.
We had a communion in the small chapel located in the second floor, and I participated. The atheist son of a bitch, who was not welcome with the saints, did an action normally not accepted by atheists. I disagree. You can do whatever the hell you want. Not part of the... Okay, whatever. After the service was over, I stayed in there to pray. That's the wrong pray.
Oh, shit.
Why is it that right when I need to record is the time when my scientists decide to go fucking apeshit? Damn. Oh no. Am I gonna sneeze or not? Damn. I need to continue. I prayed for the first time in a long while. I prayed for the first time in a long time. I prayed for my dad. I prayed for the rest of the people on the trip. I prayed that maybe the stuff would get out and someone would survive. As I opened my eyes, I felt something at my temple. It was cold and metallic. I knew what it was. It was a gun. A voice told me. Stand up and go where I send you. If you scream, you will be killed. Your friends will be executed, and your father will share an awful fate alone in the hospital bed. My hands were tied. I got up and I looked at the person with the gun, and all I saw was a man in a black robe with a Roman numeral, XII, and 12. I walked up 2 flights of stairs, up to the 4th floor. I opened the door to see 10 other people in the same black robes. They all sat in the chairs in front of a man with a white robe. He looked up from his book and welcomed me.
Ah, Brent. You figured it out. You did something no one else has done for 20 years. You found out the secret. Congratulations. You have now been invited to join the top 12 minds in the world.
What makes you top minds?
Simply the fact that we make billions off of the greatest lie ever told. You see, back when Christianity was starting, it was very popular. The Romans knew it was a big hoax, so they persecuted those who taught it like the criminals they were. There was never a Jesus of Nazareth. Look at the history. It's just the best telling. Look at the history. It's just the best telling of stories told earlier. The Son of God, man who healed the lame, and he died for your sins so you could go to a great place in the sky when you die. Wouldn't you pay money to believe something as ridiculous? The comfort of knowing when you die your soul goes somewhere, that life isn't as special as it actually is, that humans are somehow better than other species, when really we don't deserve to even be alive. Ha! He poured me a drink. He poured me and him a drink, and I looked at that wine. He poured me and him a drink that looked like wine. Why am I invited to become part of your club? I asked with serious confusion. You're smart enough to find us out. You broke the language barrier. You found the 11 signs phrases. Actually, I found 12. But how? We haven't even shown it to you yet. As he pointed... But how? We haven't even shown it to you yet. As he pointed up where I saw an image that was familiar. It was the exact same image I saw when he was in the basketball court. He is not real. In the red, almost blood-like paint. Damn. Ow. Yes, I've seen it before. One of your agents showed me in the basketball court, and the dolls warned me. Took an allergy pill. Work, damn it, work. Whew. Or does it give me allergies? Lied to me. The man in the robe. Oh no, not another one. Seriously? The man in the white robe laughed hysterically.
You must be mad. Seriously, you specifically are against the supernatural and you believe they communicated with you. Damn it. You must be mad. Seriously, you specifically are against the supernatural and you believe they communicated with you that you... I need to change that. You must be mad. You must be mad. Seriously, you specifically are against supernatural, and you believe they communicated with you? That is delightfully entertaining. Anyway, back to my offer. No matter what you choose, your father will survive, and your friends will be released without harm. Option 1. Yeah. You accept our ideals and become part of us. All the unimaginable wealth you could need, and anything you want is yours. Women, drugs, food, anything. It is yours. Or, you can have option number 2. You don't accept our offer, and we kill you now. Without thinking, I said these words. Fuck you and your money. I'd rather die than is part of your massive slave. I'd rather die than be part of you. Okay. Fuck you and your money. I'd rather die than be part of this massive slave trade. I'm sorry I had to end like this. You were honestly one of the smartest to figure us out. Most times it takes people 2 or 3 years to figure it out. But, oh well. We can find another. I felt the gun at my back and the bullet pierced my spine. It fell, feeling nothing and not being able to control my body at all. Damn it. Hold on. Oh. Oh. Come on, tissues work, damn it. Oh. Oh, shit. As soon as I walk away from this stream, everything's gonna be fucking fine, isn't it? Ah, damn. Alright. I closed my eyes expecting to never open them again, and I was excited to see what happens after this life, to see if anyone was right. But my body began to levitate. I couldn't control myself. I saw the person with the gun fire 5 or 6 shots at me. None even touched me, as if what? Okay. I guess I'll just end it at none even touched me. Okay, whatever. Then a flash of white light And then a white light flashed. I looked at the man in the white robe and his face began to implode. The skin around his face just collapsed on and of itself. The skin around his face just collapsed in on itself. I looked towards the center of the room and saw a woman. She was beautiful. She had long brown hair that reached to her mid-back, soft, smooth-looking skin, and she looked like she was from somewhere in Asia. She was illuminated and hovering over the ground, and she turned and looked at me. She whispered to me, "Thank you for being so strong." Damn it. Thank you for being strong. Thank you for not giving in like others. Thank you for showing me there is still good in this world. I could not say a word despite the fact I had so many things to ask her. And maybe this was for the best, because as soon as I closed my eyes, I felt myself back in my cot. And maybe this was for the best, because as soon as I closed my eyes, I felt myself back in my cot in the room where they were staying at. Damn it. And maybe this was for the best, because as soon as I closed my eyes, I felt myself back in my cot in the room we were staying at. Quickly, I looked at the chalkboard and saw nothing. No scratches or tears. Everything looked brand new. I looked into the relaxation room. Instead of the dolls, I saw a mural of the members of every ethnicity holding hands around the thriving planet Earth. I was glad to be okay. Epilogue. My dad was released from the hospital later that day for food poisoning. We all returned to our homes satisfied that we made the world better. As for me, it's been a few months after the incident and a lot has happened. People I know have gone from straight Christian to in between and keeping their mind open. In my opinion, even better than when they used to be. In my opinion, even better than what they used to believe. And by used to believe, I mean that I have changed. I don't know if God exists. I don't want to know, honestly. I will just wait for my death and embrace it. When it comes. All I know is that I saw that woman, and she was pleased. Whether she was a god or not, I don't care. I am not an atheist. Oh. Well, shit. That is not how I expected that to go. But that was pretty neat. That was neat. Not the best written, and I don't mean that by like the I don't mean that by damn. By like the same sense of like the grammar problems. I mean, like it could have been written better structurally, but I mean, it did pretty good. What do you guys think? There's a chat box. You can throw whatever opinions, whatever. Let me just go ahead and get this. Well, this is going to take a while. I might just have to leave it at this. Go ahead and go on to the next one. Which means I need to figure out another CreepyPasta. So that was neat. It just would have been better if I wasn't all of a sudden getting all my allergies and crap right just now. That would be nice if I could not have that. Alright. So, around the world we go. This is where we're going to stop. I don't know. Our Red Eyes? Is that about the Red Eyes Black Dragon? It does not seem to be. Well, you lost my interest. Regenerator? Ooh, that's a nice picture. Oh. It's about that. Resplendent files. Oh, wait. No, damn, that's a long one. I don't want to do that one right now. There's not this one. There's another one. I guess that's pretty long too. It is... Where is it? Something dot wave. $1 dot wave. This is a really good one, but it's really long. I want the page. Pages. There we go. So $1 dot wave. Excuse me. The hell? There we go. Okay. Yeah, so it's 11 pages. And I really like it. This is one of the more well-written ones that I found. But it is a big chunk on the, this is part of the Goodman saga. I don't know what that is, but it's cool. Eventually I will do that one. But not today. Also, these titles up here, I have no idea how to pronounce those. Dashes? I don't have an answer. Alright. Okay. Oculus Rift 2013. Some Ocarina of Time shit. Alright. Let me know if you guys have one that you guys would recommend. Because I'm not sure where to go on this one. I'm kind of trying to... What part? Oh god, 23 pages. Oh, it's because it's expanded with fucking Word document. Oh, I hate that. Alright, paranormal event 2, 3. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh. Hold on. Wrong one, wrong bar. Where's it at? I should have it. It's called Neon Lights, I think. Nemo, no. No? Okay. Shit. Where'd it go? Excuse me. No, that's not it. I can't remember what it was. Huh. Oh well. Alright. 5 pages. I don't want to do too far. Oh, got another person in there. Cool. Well, for a second. Oh boy. See, Pokemon Black used to be a creepypasta. I'm not sure how relevant that is now. Actually, I wonder. How long is... Where is it at? 7. Oh, Jesus. There's another really good one that I need to do eventually. Oh. Where is it? Oh, Audino.
Oh wait, that's right. Audio, Audino. Yeah, yeah. Single page read? Yes. This is the one. Or, wait. Aldina wants to play. This is one I remember reading a while back. The nice little terrifying picture. Alright. This one shouldn't take too terribly long. So let's bring back this. Let's go ahead and save. There we go. Nathan's goes on. Oh, okay. That will be saved. Pokemon is normally pretty good for algorithms, right? So I'm gonna do a Pokemon. Who all is in? Alright. Oh god, hurry up, saving. At some point I wouldn't mind just live streaming generally. Like, I could do them just one after another if I really wanted to. Just go straight down the line. For 8,830 videos? Jesus. Alright, so we need new. There we go. Right, get back to this. Wait, did I just have that saved right? Atheist on the mission trip. Okay. Let me go ahead and rename that. I can get. I've already got pulled up, so I can get right back there. I don't want to get anything mixed up or labeled wrong. Oh wait. There's. Alright. Alright. Alright, copy. Paste. There we go. So it should match now. Cool. Alright. There we go. I'm back. Back home. Alright. Now this one shouldn't take too long. And silence. All right.
Aldino wants to play. Today I decided that I desperately need to level. Today I decided that I desperately needed to level grind for the Elite Four. My team was pretty weak and stood no chance at all. Shantel dominated my Pokemon easily, as well as Grimsley. This was beginning to become a problem. After multiple losses against the Elite Four and battling the trainers in the stadiums, I knew there was only one hope left. Aldino. Aldino gives a lot of XP in EVs when you beat them. Aldino gives a lot of XP. Aldino gives a lot of experience in EVs when you beat them, so it's only a natural choice. I set a lucky egg on my Pokemon and went searching. Luckily, there was some grass shaking the moment I went near it. And hey, what do you know? Aldino. I forgot to switch my Emboar out at the beginning. No matter. At least those with experience share can get some experience. I hit it with flamethrower and continued looking for shaking grass. Usually it's within 200 steps. Luckily, about 20 steps, I encountered another Aldino. At first, I thought it might have been shiny since the sprite showed up a bit darker. But disregard that when I saw it was still pink. Might have just been my lighting. I decided to use my Galvatula to knock it down. I decided to use my Galvatula to knock it out with an Electro Ball. That was easy. And she finally grew a level. Well, back to searching. Something ended up happening. I ran into another Aldino. This one was much different, though. I looked at its gender and level. Male, level 14. No different from the last one. It just grew a level. The thing that made this Aldino more noticeable were burn marks caused by electricity being visible on its body. Not only that, but when it appeared, its cry was much longer and dragged on, and had a bit of a cry added to it. I decided the easiest way to get this creepy thing out of my sight was to attack it again. I used Bug Bite this time, and luckily enough, it gained a critical hit and knocked Aldino right out. I was done with this. I didn't want to get a visit from that disturbing thing again. I went to a level grind against Basculins. Sadly, they weren't showing up for some reason, so forgetting the Aldino incident, I went back into the grass. I saw a grass shaking spot and immediately went for it, expecting to beat up a normal Aldino. I was greeted by the same Aldino, level 15 in this situation, except this time it was clear what my Bug Bite did. It tore out one of the Aldino's eyes and blood was sinking down from its socket. About to hit the run button as soon as it popped up, there was a dialogue before the option showed up. It was Aldino. Aldino. Why did you leave me? You were having fun, weren't you? This is what you wanted, right? Option yes, no. I instantly selected no. Aldino. Why are you lying to me? You're lying to me, aren't you? Again, I selected no. Aldino. Liar! Go on with it. The battle began, right at the moment I hit run. Aldino. Why? I couldn't get away, yet for some reason, it was my turn again. The only way to get out of this was to attack Aldino. I switched over to my Caracasta. And used Bite. The wild Aldino fainted. That was over. Now I can get on and ignore the grass-shaking spots. Suddenly every step I took, the grass shook right in front of the direction I was moving. Suddenly the grass was shaking in front of every direction I was moving to. No, it was cornering me. I was greeted this time by the Aldino growing a level once again, symptoms growing worse on it as part of its left ear was bitten off. This is my Coricasta's doing. Aldino. Are you having fun yet? I selected no again. How could watching this cute Pokemon suffer like this be fun? I thought Aldino was one of the cutest things in the world. Aldino. You're lying to me again. Everyone does this. Go on, have fun. The battle began, but what did it mean by everyone does this? Then it hit me. Everyone uses Aldino for level grinding and EV training. They abuse how much it gives. Suddenly Aldino said something. Aldino. You know it, right? This is how everyone plays with me. I began to feel a bit sad, but I knew I had to knock it out again. I switched my Pokemon to a Gallet and began attacking. I used Strength and I easily overpowered the Aldino. Sadly, I was getting used to this. Even though I didn't want to, I ran into Aldino again. This time its right arm was torn off because of Strength. Playing a good way, that would probably end this. I flew out of the grass and quickly went to the Pokemon Center. I traded over my Haxorus. I traded over my Haxorus and went to put the Aldino out of its misery. Surely enough, Aldino popped out again, and I had a reaction to hit. Surely enough, Aldino popped out again, and it had a reaction to my Haxorus. Its sprite was crying. It looked almost like it was staring directly into me as a disappointment. Its sprite was crying. It looked almost like it was staring directly at me in disappointment. Aldino. You want the fun to end? Really? But it's not fair. Why? Why do you want this to end? We were having fun. Do you want this to end? I selected yes. Aldino then used Endure. That wouldn't work since my Haxorus had Mold Breaker. Aldino had used Endure. That wouldn't work since my Haxorus had Mold Breaker. God damn it. Aldino then used Endure. That wouldn't work since my Haxorus had Mold Breaker. I swiftly ended it with Dragon Claw. Finally, things can go back to normal. I walked, and once again Aldino showed up. Hasn't it had enough already? The Aldino popped up with the scratches on his chest, lines of blood dripping down from them, saying another set of dialogue once again. Aldino. I'm never going to leave. Hurt me more. I turned the game off. I couldn't handle it. I decided to leave it for a few hours and then return. The 3D model of Zekrom. The 3D model of Zekrom had been replaced with that of the Aldino. Upon pressing start, I was greeted by Aldino's gargled cry. There was no continue. There was only a new game. Afraid to press start. I turned my game off and on. Afraid to press start, I turned my game off and on again until everything was back to normal. At least, until a new wild Ladino appeared. There we go. Alright, what'd you guys think of that one? What's going on? Whatever. Alright. It's recording alright. Okay, so this is all Dino wants to play. Go ahead and save that. Cool. Oh, you missed two creepypastas. One was Atheist on a mission trip, and this one was Aldino Wants to Play. So now I'm going to look through my little archive. That's an Aldino, by the way. So now I'm going to look through my archive of 8,830 stories, varying between amazing and horrible. You do some crappy pastas eventually. Let's see. What do I need to do next? G-Fortress 2 creepypasta. Tap. Lots of these. Why? And they're all... I'm not joking. Is this some funny Lloyd? 3? First creepypasta. Just in general, it's hard to make a creepy gaming creepypasta anymore. I don't know, it's weird. Chief Gaming. Okay, cool. Dren, I think I wrote one a few years back that you might be interested. I was playing around with words and tried it out a bit. I don't know how it is. I'll send it to you, though. Alright, I'll take a look at it when I get a chance. Super Mario. There's I don't know what I want to do. Gotta pick or choose from, but might not know which topics those are. Oh boy. Sonic.exe, that's always fun. Sonic R. Already did a Slender Man. Smile though is 6 pages. Yeah. I remember I used to be terrified at a lot of these because a lot of these were ambiguous as far as whether or not they were real. I even have the site rules, Jesus. There we go. I think I fixed up some of my audio. I did a playback earlier, and I think it should be sounding better than it did last time. Chief Gaming, how? Autocorrect. Try Starry Eyes. That sounds good. Starry Eyes? Where is my bar? There it is. Okay. Staring Eyes. 4. How's it structured? Oof. That's hectic. I guess we can do that one. Just walls of text. Okay, so it's just the cusp of that. Alright. This is what? About... Shouldn't be too bad. Okay. Where is my... Alright, so this should be good. Let's go ahead and click new. I edit those later. Okay. Alright, everything's good. And silence. Staring eyes. Hey guys, I need to tell my story. And after reading about some of the experiences you've all had, this seemed like the most appropriate place to tell it. I'm not exactly sure where to start with this. It's like this has been happening my whole life. I guess I should just organize my thoughts and start from the beginning. I'm from a generation that really was the first to have video games as a major form of home entertainment. I started on the Atari 2600 at my grandma's house. As I grew up, my parents divorced and I went to live with my mom for most of the year. It so happened that some days after school I needed to go hang out with my cousin until It so happened that some days after school I needed to go hang out with my cousin until she got off work. Those were good days, because my cousin actually had an NES. We played all kinds of games together. We loved Contra and Mega Man, but I really fell in love with the Mario games. I can't quite put my finger on the attraction, but I think if you talk to guys from my generation, most of us were charmed by this weird little platformer. I couldn't get enough of the Mario games, and it was always kind of hard to tear myself away from them when it was time to go home. Now, fast forward a few years. The first game console that I really owned for myself was the Super Nintendo, the NES. The SNES. I didn't have very many games, but I didn't need very many, because it came with the one I really obsessed over, Super Mario World. I did not expect this to all of a sudden be a gaming creepypasta. Holy crap. It feels like it came out of nowhere from a title with staring eyes. Whatever. Stare. Whatever. I played that game over and over. Even after I had beaten it multiple times, I mastered every level, including the Star Road levels, and all three save slots. And while that might not seem like much now, back then it was pretty cool. Then, to make a long story short, I know, too late, right? The game broke. I won't get into the whole thing, but suffice to say that it involved my sister, who didn't like me, and the microwave. How dare you? Not the classics. I couldn't find another copy of the game, so I started scouring the... I couldn't afford another copy of the game, so I started scouring the local game rental places. Each store had a copy of it, but it was always rented out. So I would always rent the other games, but they never really satisfied like Mario. I loved F-Zero and Pilot Wings. I got pretty good at Street Fighter, just Mario. Then one day it was finally in. I was so excited. I got home, pushed it into the top of my SNES, and fired up. Soon I was immersed in the adventure through Dinosaur Land again. Now, I told you guys all of that to get here. I played through that game until I got to the Forest of Illusion. In the first ghost house, about halfway through level. In the first ghost house, about halfway through the level. In the first ghost house, about halfway through the level, the screen froze. I didn't think anything of it. After all, it was the danger of renting games, especially popular ones. Sometimes they were played so much and abused, and they glitched. I turned off my SNES, turned it back on, loaded up my save, and got back to the ghost house again, and started playing. This time, I noticed that the boos were a little bit glitch looking. Okay. This time I noticed that the boos were a little bit glitch looking, and they would chase me even if I faced them. I thought that was pretty cool. I ran through the level again. I thought that was pretty cool. I ran through the level until, again, about the halfway. I thought that was pretty cool, and ran through the level again. Damn it! Every time. Fuck. I thought that was pretty cool, and ran through the level again. Damn it! Until. I thought that was pretty cool, and ran through the level until, again, about halfway through, the game froze. Again, I powered off my SNES, I pulled the cartridge out, and performed the ultimate maintenance maneuver on it. I tapped it hard against my palm, and then the ghost house... Ugh. I tapped it hard with my palm, and then blew hard into the bottom of it. Never fails. I popped it back in, loaded up my save, got back to the ghost house, and went inside. This time there were no boos. I'd made my way to the point it kept freezing on me, and sure enough, Mario froze in place, but this time a circle of boos appeared, and spiraled in to take Mario out. As soon as they touched him, the screen flashed several times, and I don't know what I saw in those flashes, but I remember dark shapes and white eyes. Weirded out a little, I turned off my SNES. I hit the eject button, grabbed the cartridge, and immediately cried out and threw it across the room. The thing was burning hot. My fingertips were red for several days. I decided I was just going to leave the game where it was for the night. I decided I was just going to leave the game where it was for the night. I wasn't touching that thing again for a while. The next day at school, I met up with my best friend Joey. We talked for a bit, and I showed him the burn marks on my fingers. He looked at them for a long time, then he gave me this strange look. He told me he had to get to class, and then walked off. Later in the day, when we would usually meet up and go home together, he was nowhere to be found. I got home, gingerly touched the game to make sure it had cooled off, and then told my mom that I was going to take it back to the rental place. When I got there, I told the clerk that the game was glitchy, and he told me he would get it checked out. I never saw that game on the shelf again. The next morning, a Friday, when I woke up, my sheets were covered in sweat. Both of my pillows were on the floor, and I tried to remember my dreams, but all I got were flashes of dark figures staring at me. I went to school, waved at Joey from down the hall, but he turned around and walked away like he was mad about something. At lunch, I saw him at a table, so I sat down next to him and asked him what was up. He stared at me for a second with rage in his eyes, and I had never seen... He stared at me for a second with rage in his eyes that I had never seen before. He told me that I knew exactly what's up. I picked up his tray. He told me I knew exactly what was up, and picked up his tray, stormed off, and from then on, never spoke to me again. Ever. I walked home alone again that day. That night, I dreamed of dark figures again. This time I could remember a little bit more clearly. I know there were 3 of them. I know they didn't move. I know they stared at me with those white eyes. Let me fast forward, because in essence, I had that dream every night for about 2 weeks. Every day when I went to school, I would try to find Joey, but he was avoiding me. The dreams never stopped, but over time, I've gotten used to them. I've never been able to make friends since that day. As soon as I get close to someone, they get angry at me for no reason, and they leave. Once I waved at someone as they drove by, and they met me a few minutes later. Once I waved at someone that drove by, and they met me a few minutes later and pushed me over, accusing me of flipping them off. Once I tripped in the hall, and all of the books I had been carrying fell out of my hands, and everyone around me started kicking them as far away from me as possible. I was slammed into lockers, ignored by girls, and even teachers seemed to have some kind of problem with me. Come on, mouse. At home, I just hung out by myself playing video games. I'd go to sleep at night and wake up with a few things. I'd go to sleep at night and wake up to find things were different than what they were when I had slept. I would go to sleep at night and wake up with things. God damn it. I'd go to sleep at night and wake up to find things were different than what they were less. Damn it. I need to chill out. Fuck. I'd go to sleep at night and wake up to find things were different than they. Sentence structure is different. I'd go to sleep at night and wake up to find things were different than they were and wake up to find things were different than when they were when I went. God damn it! I woke up to find things were different than they were when I went to sleep. Maybe the television would turn on, or books would rearrange themselves on my shelves. Once I woke up to find all of my action figures were spread along Once I woke up to find all of my action figures were spread out over the floor. Once I woke up in the middle of the night, and my sister was standing there staring at me, not moving. I was too scared to tell my mom about any of this. I just knew I was going crazy. Eventually, summer break came, and it was time to go visit my dad for a couple of months. Nothing strange happened during that time except for that reoccurring dream. But when we went back to Mom's, it was completely different. But when we went back to Mom's, it was a completely different apartment complex. Literally, she had moved. She told me she just didn't like that apartment anymore. And so we lived somewhere else. Other than the dreams, all the weird stuff seemed to have stopped. I was in a new school, I had new teachers. Surely I would make some new friends, right? But no. No one would associate with me. No one was violent or anything. They pretty much just acted as if I didn't exist. It's funny what you will give it. It's funny what you will eventually get used to. For years I had the same dream. I was never able to hold onto a friendship. But over time, I just adapted. Who needs friends? I devoted more and more of my time to sitting in my room playing video games. In high school, I didn't have a girlfriend. I didn't go to homecoming or prom. I played my N64. I've never been able to hold down a job because it seems like as soon as I get one, either a coworker or a customer will get angry at me and I end up getting fired. Eventually, I wound up in a cubicle in a dead-end job that made me enough money to eat, pay bills, and get the occasional game. I mostly stuck with the Nintendo systems because they seemed the most fun to me, and I mostly stuck with Nintendo systems because they seemed most fun to me. I even had a Virtual Boy. I have a Wii now, and I still love Mario games. Mario Galaxy blew my mind, so of course, when the sequel came out, I got it. The dreams never stopped, but I expect them now. I tend to spend all night staring at figures. Last Monday, I was drenched in sweat. The television in my room was on, showing nothing but static. Late Wednesday, I woke to find 3 rats on my desk, staring at me. I didn't move until I threw a shoe at them. Last Thursday, someone threw a rock through my window. It's starting again, and it's all because of that stupid YouTube video. It was one of those creepy stuffs in It was one of those creepy stuff in video games videos, and when I watched it, I couldn't believe my eyes. There they were. I loaded up my copy of Mario Galaxy 2, went to the Silverburn Galaxy. I loaded up my copy of Mario Galaxy Shiverburn. Yeah. I loaded up my copy of Mario Galaxy 2, went to the Shiverburn Galaxy, looked up, and there they were. Those 3 figures. No matter where you go in that level, they're there, staring at you, staring at me. As soon as I saw them, my fingertips started to hurt. Guys, I can't take it anymore. I thought I was used to it, but I'm not. I'm 34 years old, and I have nothing to show for it. I haven't gone to work since I watched that video 2 weeks ago, and I assume I've been fired. It doesn't matter. Sooner or later, my landlord will come looking for the rent, and someone will eventually find me. I'm leaving this record so that at least some people will know my story. I've got the rope all set up. And as soon as I finish typing this and submit it to the website, I'm going to use it. If you've read this entire thing, thanks for sticking with me If you've read this entire thing, thanks for sticking with me for a few minutes. You're the closest things I've had to friends. You're the closest things to friends I've had in years. Goodbye, Jim. November 26, 2012. Alright, that was not bad. That was pretty interesting. Didn't expect it to be that controversial at the end, but hey, it's CreepyPasta. Unfortunately, it's part of the territory, whether we like it or not. That's just kind of what we have to deal with, so being able to deal with that's pretty important. Alright, so this is Staring Eyes. I didn't expect that to be about that. That was actually a pretty decent twist. Oh Jesus, what do you? Okay. Sorry, for a second, OBS just went crazy, and now it's back. Right? Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah, that wasn't bad. That was actually really decent because it gave that twist at the end about the whole 3 shadow figures. That was really neat. All right. Okay, so let's see. Alright, so we can cut this. We can go ahead and file new. And cut that. Alright, back to the archive. Where it goes, nobody knows. I suppose I could set up a, actually there might be, is there a macro that I can use for, randomizing a selection like this? Chief Gaming. That was pretty good, not gonna lie. Yeah, I was thoroughly surprised. Like I said, most gaming creepypastas, generally end up fairly generic. So, to see one that, worked out like that, that's some pretty damn good writing. I think I'm going to do one more. And then I'm going to head out. I just need to figure out which one. Preferably no more than 3 pages. Whoa. Oh yeah, there's also recipes that came from the site. So that's interesting. That's terribly rendered. That's not real. Light list. Chief Gaming. I'd have to look for one for you. Markiplier found one, but I don't remember what it was called. Well, keep in mind that, so I originally got these from the CreepyPasta Wikia site. And, I started copying and pasting them into Word document, and that ended up with, if you look down in the, bottom left corner of the, of my desktop screen, you'll notice that it says I have 8,830 items. So I only have a few less than the actual number, and so there's a ton of these. There's just so many. What is the latency? Am I having latency issues? No, it's just saying the same freaking messages earlier. Whatever. Okay, let's find out. In fact, let's do a 2-page. Come on, load. I know you can load. Chief Gaming. No, I mean the random generator. Mark found a random generator that he uses often with all his stuff. Oh, okay. I'm sure it's probably a program I can write if I really wanted to. I mean, that sounds like fairly simple. Like, you just need to put in the values between certain selections, I believe. But I mean, it's not a big deal. I know that if I go to the CreepyPasta Wiki, I can also do random on that if I really wanted to. And there's, last time I was on it and I was doing the copy and paste thing on here, that was at 14,000 entries. So I got about half of that, and I'm pretty sure there's more now. Okay, cool. Alright. Let's do a 2-page somewhere. So yeah, there was a ton of stuff. There's that, the actual app on mobile can randomize it. Like you can see here, I'm doing this on desktop. I'm not doing it on my phone. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Chief Game, most likely, yeah, that's how it works. I think you assign each one to a certain number, and it'll choose from those numbers. So, and I might have this wrong, but if I understand it right, so like each one of these has a specific value, and I don't know what exactly those values are. If it's just relative to like a grid. Like, if I have it set up like this and I want to randomize it, I don't know if they'll have any difference between that and the folders, but I can set it up so that way I could probably randomize between 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, and then a value between that or something. I haven't written programs, but from what I've been told, it's kind of similar to thinking like that. Or it could be just, completely wrong. What is tetrophobia? Oh, okay. Tetrophobia, the fear of monsters. That's pretty straightforward. part of it is I'm just trying to look for ones that have something interesting and algorithmically pleasing. I could do another of the Holder series. I want to get one that's color. Okay, this is a legit one. Yeah, okay. I can probably do this one. Yeah, okay, cool. So this is going to be Holder of Color. Okay. Silence. Holder of Color. Holder of Color. In a city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house you can get yourself into. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit the Holder of Color. The warden will glance you up and down. The warden will glance up at you and give you a shy smile before holding out. The warden will glance up at you and give you a shy smile before holding out his hand to you. You must wait precisely 8 seconds before taking it, or the colors themselves will deny you, and you may not enter. The warden will stand and lead you into a cell, opening the door for you and motioning for you to enter. Opening the door and motioning for you to enter. Inside the cell you will find 2 little boys, both garbed in shades of gray, and their skin and hair will appear as if the color was drained out of them. One has long hair and wears a white dress, while the other wears a black suit and a hair is cut short. One has long hair and wears a white dress, while the other wears a black suit and has hair cut short. Only look into the white one's eyes, for they are normal, and the eyes of the black-clothed child will lead you into madness. Each will wear one glove and hold out both of their hands to you. Take only the gloved hand of each, for should you touch the black-clothed boy's flesh, you will be plunged into the worst agony in all the universe, but you will not die, and he will not let go. Should you touch the white-clothed boy's flesh, you will feel more pleasure than you ever experienced, but he will soon pull his hand away, and you will never feel that pleasure again, no matter how you yearn for it. Your lust will kill you. The boys will look at each other and nod. The boys will look at each other and nod once. Should they shake their heads, close your eyes and quickly say, "I am not what you seek, but I can change the tides." Once you say this, they will both giggle and pull out your hands, opening a trap door into the cell, descending into darkness. The boys will speak in unison, endlessly bragging about their riches, all the things they have. They will ask you many times if you are jealous. Each time you must simply answer yes. Your fate now lies in the hands of these boys. The stairs you descend are long, and grow ever narrower, until finally one boy will go in front and one in back. Should the boy in black go in front, consider yourself lucky. Life is now at your back. But should he go in back, your death will be agonizing, and he will throw you from the stairs into the abyss below. After what seems like an eternity, you will reach the end of the stairs. Both boys will push you to a large glass door. They will stare after you, tears streaming down their faces, and tell you tears streaming down their faces, and tell you they can go no further. But point to the door. You must enter. The room is pitch black, save for a single beam of light at its direct center. Standing in the light is a woman, much like the boys, completely stripped of color. Her hair and gown both reach the earth. Each as white as her flesh. Her eyes are only whites, staring blankly at you. If she should smile at you, you have amused her. And she will light up the entire room with her light, and you will become one of the writhing bodies. Blech. And she will light up the entire room with her light, and you will become one of the writhing bodies that makes up the collection beneath her glass floor. Should she frown on you, she will turn her back and light up the part of the room behind her, awakening 7 other beings, a cackling man who wears just black, a weeping man garbed in white, a snarling man with piercing red eyes, a grimacing woman who wears only pink petals, an emotionless girl enveloped in green, a sickly man with silver hair, and a smirking gentleman covered in riches. They are to be your judges. You must pick the one that you feel will do you justice and walk towards them, asking along your way, when will they strip you of this earth? When will they strip you of this earth? Should you choose the wrong color, the one you have chosen will stand very still and smile at you eerily, and you will soon feel yourself slipping away into nothingness. Should you have chosen the right color, they will respond with a hideous screech, pointing fearfully at the woman in the center of the room. The others will scream curses at you in many different languages, and you will feel piercing pain rip through your body. Soon the one you have chosen will step forward to embrace you and whisper into your ear their sickening tales, the stories of your demise, and the demise of the world and the stories of your demise, of the demise of the world when do not move. The curses will stop, and the room will be lit, then 7, all staring at you. Where the woman was there will now be a small feather. Where the woman was, there will now be a small feather, like that of a dove, changing its color continuously. This feather is object 24 of 538. With it, you can take away what was theirs to give. That was pretty nice. So the Holder series is a pretty big series. It's not supposed to go past the 534 mark. Is it 534? 538 mark. So that's how many are supposed to be. And different people write them. Like, it's not like one person is writing all of these separately. Like, it's a it's a big community effort. And it's really neat. I'm not sure where exactly you can find all of them, but I want to think that I'm sure there's a wiki that has. Alright, Holder of Color. Alright, so what did you guys think of that one? The Holder series is a pretty common one. Actually, how many do I have of the Holder series? I think this might be number 4. I think I'm probably starting a new playlist for it. Alright, yeah, let me go ahead and check, actually. There we go. Oh, Why are you only going to be able to show 10? Wait, did I mess it up here? Alright, Chief Gaming. Well then, I felt that, and yeah, it's like SCP, but SCP adds more numbers for people to write. Chief Gaming, pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that, I don't remember the significance of 538, but, I believe there's a good reason for it. And yeah, the SCP Foundation, yeah, they go up indefinitely because they're a foundation that's meant to control and contain things. So it makes a lot of sense why there isn't a bunch filled in. You can't just go 1 through 1000 and read them all. Many of them in between are missing, and reasons for what they're given are kind of vague, I guess. Holders in. Yeah, it's probably about time I start a another playlist for this event, for the Holder series alone, because the Holder series is pretty common, so I might do that later. Alright, so that's saved. I'll go ahead and cut that. I don't need that anymore. Alright, so that's 4 CreepyPasta that I can edit later. And I think I'm about done. Chief Gaming, yeah, redacted, like Crimson King. I do believe he's redacted. Yeah, there's a bunch of like redacted stuff, and I think that does add to it. As for the Holder series, I think it's all complete now. I know they were made by different people, but I think that one's actually been completed. So you could have the whole series on, and actually have them listed between 1 and 538. Appropriately. So, alright. But yeah, I think that's it. That's it for tonight. For me, it's 1:18 in the morning. I got work tomorrow. I don't wanna. Feel free to let me know of any other creepypasta that are interested. Like I said, here's a whole bunch of the series. Which one is this one? 88. 67. Yeah, here's one of the more obscure ones. The Holder of Om Nom Nom. Object 347 of 9001. It's over 9,000. Yeah, it's a joke. This one's a joke. That's funny. Alright. I'll let you guys go. Done with this. I'm tired. I gotta go sleepies. I'll see you later. Ending the stream. Have a good night.